Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
The only group that still believes in the elite universities, in a way, are the conservative Republicans. And so if President Trump were here, he would tell you that he went to Penn, Ivy League school. Only very smart people, David, go to Penn. Yeah. And he talked about that for quite a while. And J.D. Vance went to Yale Law School. It's the top law school in the country. And, you know, at the margins, there are other reasons we think he's good, but this is a credential we like about him. And any sort of elite credentialing has collapsed on the left. It was, Bill Clinton was a Rhodes Scholar, Yale Law. Hillary Clinton was Yale Law. Obama was Harvard Law. I think Kerry was Harvard undergrad. And there was some way, the Democratic Party used to be more elite. And then when Biden said he was a transitional candidate, it wasn't a transition. He was not going to have a sex change operation, but it was transitional from smart to dumb, from elite to very non-elite. And then, Kamala was even Howard was not Harvard. You couldn't even point this out. This is probably a racist thing to say or something. Right. And then by the time you get to Walz, it's way worse. It's the credentials are even dumber than Kamala's. There are no smart people left.
What, Peter Thiel? You goofy, giant forehead, molten faced. Nincompoop. Oh my goodness. Face looked like he got caught in a volcanic eruption.
Ridiculous.
Welcome back. And I can't help it. I'm looking at but the ugliness is sitting right on the surface, Dr. Black. He's saying something though. He's saying something. All of the people. I remember, let me just say, welcome back. It's the Karen Hunter Show. My mom and dad, my brother's godparents went to Brown, and I remember them saying to my parents that I had to go to an Ivy League school. So, of course, I applied to Princeton, got on a waiting list, applied to Brown, didn't get in. And I applied to St. John's because they had a great basketball team. And I can imagine just going and being in that arena. And my parents were like, no, you will not be going to New York. They don't have dorms. And you're not staying in New York. Absolutely not. So I ended up at Drew. But I remember them saying, her best shot is going to an Ivy League. And so I love being this successful, having not gone to an Ivy League, because it really is what you make it where you go. But that was the prevailing narrative in a lot of our homes growing up, the Jack and Jill homes and folk. But I find it the height of insult for him to say Howard is not Harvard. No, it's not. It's better. For a black child and she's black, growing up in Oakland in the wake of the Black Panther Party that her mother immersed her in, going someplace where you're not just valued and seen, but loved and encouraged and pushed to your greatness is better than going someplace bereft of any moral compass. It's better than Harvard for her.
Absolutely. And Karen, I'm gonna tell you the thing that years ago really made me make my understanding of Ivy Leagues. Those who went to Ivy League schools and have degrees from Ivy League schools still enslaved my ancestors.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Degrees from Ivy Leagues did not make them free my people.
No, it did not. All of that brilliance. The Brown brothers built the ships. They were the shippers of our bodies.
For me, it wasn't much brilliance there. It was a lot of performance.
Yes.
See, what I'm clear about is when my ancestors were dreaming of us reading, when my ancestors were dreaming of us learning to read, dreaming of us learning to write, when our ancestors were dreaming of that, they weren't dreaming of that in order for us to get jobs by folks who hated us. That was not their dream. Their dream was for us to learn to read and write so that we could create our own existence.
Yes.
It wasn't to get jobs from other people. Ain't no way in the world Harriet Tubman was praying that one of us was going to become the chauffeur for some white man one day.
And let me say, anybody that's got a degree from Harvard, Yale, whatever, great. But he's saying he's doing something on purpose, Peter Thiel, because he's got the blueprint.
Right.
Many people, he might have funded the blueprint, You have to demean and demoralize and degrade everything that's not you so that you can continue to grift.
Continue to oppress. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And for me, my problem with Western education is this. People, education, and jobs do not go together.
Say more.
Education and jobs do not. The point of having knowledge is not in order that you can have a certain kind of job and have a certain physicality in terms of one's status of living. That's not the point of knowledge. That's not the point of education. The point of education is so you can live free on this planet. But living free may mean I don't have a job at all. Living free might mean I make $45,000 a year, which none of us wants to make. But if one makes $45,000 in the middle of your destiny, your education did its work. Because freedom is you breathing the air you breathe every day, because I'm doing what I was sent to this planet to do. Many, many people have degrees, but very, very, very few people have educations.
And $45,000 may be good if your expenses are $15,000.
And
if your monthly nut, your annual nut comes to $20,000, $45,000 a year salary is good. It's good. You can live a good life.
That's right. And somebody might need to downsize it to that, although it's not where you started, right? But see, the thing I'm saying here is what I think all of us know is money does not equate to liberty.
Correct.
It does not equate to you even fighting for somebody else's liberty, much less constructing your own. The thing I've learned at Clark in the last 30 years is the number one thing that education is supposed to do is teach you about yourself. It's supposed to teach you. And when education doesn't do that, right, education is doing a function. It is not in its purpose. And that function is to get you a degree so somebody else can seemingly value you.
What's wild is that their message is all over the place. So it used to be the Hollywood elite, the Democratic elite.
Right.
Now they're shaming the elites. And I thought you just wanted regular ass people like Tim Walz. Is it Walz? Tim Walz?
Well,
the vice president. Yeah. I thought y'all wanted regular ass people. I thought that was your hallmark, MAGA. Regular ass people. No, it's not now. Now we require people to go to Harvard. Like, make up your mind. Like, the fact that people who follow them aren't like, what the hell? You just told me that I was supposed to be. Now I got to buy electric cars. You were saying that's for beta males. Now I got to go out and buy a Tesla. Wait, what's happening?
Again, it's a hyper white supremacy. It's like somebody saying white folks who've gotten together and they're going to have the best Thanksgiving. I'm telling you, you're going to have the best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Who believes that? Who really believes it? We know what white folks cook in history. See, here we go. Who
raises? Who put the raises in? Wait a minute.
Who believes it?
Marshmallows on top of this.
But see, they keep saying it long enough that not only do they believe it, but they make black folks believe it. So we'll neglect the dressing to come over here, right, to get some raisins. People. Come on now.
Let's go.
The boy should have flunked out of Harvard if Harvard was what it says it is.
Right, because his education had to be inferior, right?
Come on, it had to be inferior.
And Carter G. Woodson.
And Carter G. Woodson, it had to be inferior. If history is right, they should have flunked out of Harvard. And Harvard was easier than Fisk.
Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.